Hey, what's going on, guys? Making this video today because there's something I wanted to talk about real quick. First off, let me just say I understand that there are people in the Halo community that are going to hate on Halo and hate on 343 regardless of what they do. Regardless, like they want to hate on Halo and that's it. That's it. They're always going to find something to bitch about. Those people do exist. But it's like everybody who is not jumping out of their chair and bouncing off the walls while stroking their cock gets lumped in with those people. Like if your reaction to Halo Infinite isn't just oh my god, oh wow, I can't believe they did, oh look how cool. If that's not your reaction, it's like, and you're critiquing the game, it's like, oh, you're just 343 hater, oh you're never gonna be happy, you just hate on everything. That shit is so fucking stupid, dude. Listen, let's be clear. There are many valid reasons to criticize 343 and Halo. Many valid reasons. 343 have obviously fucked up pretty severely in the past, and the backlash they got for that was warranted. And I think many of us who have criticized 343 and call them out on the bullshit will also give them praise and acknowledge when they do something good. But I feel like I see so many different people who have this weird mindset where it's like they can't handle people criticizing or critiquing constructive criticism of Halo and 343. They just can't handle it. They need, they're like the positive vibes type of people. Nothing but positivity. They just want to see you just freaking out about the game and enjoying everything. They can't handle criticism, even if the criticism isn't directed at them, even if it's directed at the game that they like or the company they like. They can't handle it. And so that's kind of why they just label you a 343 hater. Oh, you'll never be happy, yada yada yada. No, that's not what it is. 343 have fucked up many times. There's plenty of things to call them out on. A lot of us also acknowledge when they've done good. But yeah, there's a lot of us who can express disapproval of 343 and their Halo games, but also acknowledge when they've done good and give them praise when they deserve it. Just because we evaluate these things critically. It's not just, don't just mindlessly. Some people just want you to mindlessly enjoy and say nice things. Right? Don't critique it. Don't call out any of the things that might be bad. And if you do say something like, oh, well, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Oh my God, you 343 hater. Oh my God, all you do is complain. That's all you do. I get that shit as well. Like, no, I'm just fucking discussing Halo and giving my honest opinions. I've disliked a lot of the things 343 has done. I also think they have done things that are good. So far with Halo Infinite, I like what I'm seeing. It could be better. It could be worse. And that's it. That's it. I think that's a pretty moderate stance on this. But yet a lot of people just be, oh, you'll never be happy. All you're doing is bitching. Just accept the game, enjoy it. Shut the fuck up. And I want to make it real clear. A lot of people that are like, oh, this game looks amazing. Why are you complaining? Stop complaining. Look how good this game is. You'll never be happy. All you do is complain. Yeah. Ironically, it is the complainers who probably had a influence on the decisions that 343 made with Halo Infinite. Like, just imagine if Halo 5 was given a ton of praise and people didn't push back and call out the things they didn't like. Do you think Infinite would be the type of game it is, where they're trying to revert back to a more classic art style? They gave Chief back his old armor. They did away with some of the abilities from Halo 5. Do you think that's the type of game Infinite would be if everybody just praised Halo 5? I'm willing to bet no. So yeah, a lot of you guys, well, maybe not a lot of you watching this, but a lot of these people, they criticize the 343 haters, even though they're not 343 haters, they're critical thinkers. They get annoyed with those type of people because they feel like, oh, Halo Infinite looks like a great game. 343, they knocked it out of the park this time. They finally got it, and you're still complaining. But they don't realize that it's a lot of the people who did criticize 343 in the past that helped shape Infinite into the game that it is. Because again, if everybody praised Halo 5, and didn't express any disapproval of it, I think it's highly likely that Halo Infinite would not be the type of game it's going to be. Like, for example, Master Chief's armor in Halo Infinite, and this is something Halo Evolved mentioned on Twitter. If people didn't express their dissatisfaction with Master Chief's new armor in Halo 4 and in Halo 5, and people just praised the Halo 4 and Halo 5 designs, they didn't push back against that armor design, we probably wouldn't be getting the more classic armor for Master Chief in Halo Infinite. No, I don't think we would have. I think that's safe to say. I think if people liked 343's Master Chief design, they would have carried that forward. And listen, Halo 4 came out in 2012. Halo Infinite's releasing, hopefully, in 2021. That's 9 years. And the reason I bring that up is because some people frown upon others who will complain about things for years and they're not being changed, so they feel like those people complaining and expressing their dissatisfaction with those things should just give up on it. Oh, look, it's been years, they're not going to change it, just stop. Well, this is 9 years. This is 9 years. And we're finally getting a more classic armor design for Master Chief in Halo Infinite. So, yes, even if you are complaining about something for years, it can still be changed. Yeah, sometimes it can take a long time, but sometimes it pays off in the end. Like back when Halo 4 came out, even then in 2012, there was plenty of people who weren't fans of his new design, and they expressed that. And then look what we got with Halo 5 3 years later. We still got that same design. Now, many people, or a similar design, many people would say, oh, just give up. They're not going to change it. Stop complaining. Well, after 9 years, we're going to finally get a game where 343 did revert back. They reverted back to a more classic Master Chief. And like also when it comes to abilities, this is going to, Halo Infinite is probably going to be the Halo game with the least amount of abilities. Because so far from what we see, the only abilities you have is sprint, slide, and clamber. And we don't even know for sure if all those abilities are going to be in every playlist. The competitive settings, maybe they don't use sprint. I don't know. And also people have been pointing out how it doesn't look like the sprint gives you that much of an increase to your movement. And I don't think that makes it pointless, because I guess the reward of sprinting is you do go a little faster, and it gives you the option to slide. So you can, slide around corners essentially from sprinting. So I don't think it's useless. But anyways, think about that. Halo Reach came out in 2010. Yeah, every player could only spawn into the game with, one ability. But overall, from what we know so far, Halo Reach had more abilities than Halo Infinite will have. You had jetpacks and sprint and hologram and drop shields and camo and armor lock and evade in some of the game types. In Halo 4, every player had sprint, and you got to pick an additional ability like Promethean Vision or Thrust or jetpack again. And then Halo 5, everybody spawned into the game with 7 abilities, or I think it's 7 or 8. I think it's 8 if you count Smart Scope. And I thought Halo 5, that was the worst implementation of abilities into Halo so far, because you were giving every player in the game every ability in the game, and you could keep using these abilities over and over and over again after waiting a short period for some of the abilities. But now here we go with Halo Infinite, and it seems like the only abilities that players have is sprint, slide, and clamber. Now there is equipment placed around the map, but if that equipment behaves in a similar way that the equipment in Halo 3 did, then that is much different than an ability. I would not consider that a ability. So assuming things are how they seem with Halo Infinite right now, Halo Infinite will be the Halo game with the least amount of abilities. Halo Reach came out in 2010. People have been criticizing the implementation of abilities into Halo since Reach in 2010. People bitched about abilities in Reach. People bitched about abilities in Halo 4 in 2012. People bitched about abilities with Halo 5 in 2015. And here we are with Halo Infinite in 2021, 11 years later. And it's looking like Halo Infinite is going to be the Halo game with the least amount of abilities out of all the Halo games that did have abilities. So yes, criticizing, critiquing, constructive criticism, whatever you want to call it, bitching, even that, it all does help. Those things do help, and even if you're complaining about something for a long time, doesn't mean it will never be changed. And we see that with Halo. Even something like Sprint. People act like, oh, people have been complaining about Sprint since Reach. It's not going to change. No, I think that could still get changed. I think if enough people bitched about Sprint, I do think there is a chance, at least the competitive settings in Halo Infinite would do without Sprint. I think that is a possibility. Likely, maybe not. But I do think it's a possibility. So yeah, to those of you who are in love with Halo Infinite right now and you're beyond hyped out of your mind and you get irritated with people that critique the game in any little way, just remember some of those people critiquing Halo Infinite that have also criticized Halo for various things in the past, those people, some of them may have helped shape Halo Infinite into the type of game that it is. So that game that you really love right now and you just can't wait to play it, just keep in mind that if it wasn't for all the backlash with Halo 4 and Halo 5, all those people who provided criticism, Halo Infinite may not have been the game that it's going to be. Just keep that in mind. So you may love what you've seen with Halo Infinite so far. You may love the game when it comes out, but it's kind of hypocritical in a way to then push back against those who criticize the game, because some of those may very well have had an influence on the decisions that 343 made with Halo Infinite. Again, if people did nothing but praise Halo 4 or Halo 5, I think it is safe to say Halo Infinite would not be the game that it's shaping up to be. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I really just wanted to get this video out there because it is just, it's always like a facepalm moment when, like, I see online people complaining about others who criticize Halo because they think Halo Infinite looks great. Well, why does it look great? Why do you think that is? Surely it's not because everybody praised Halo 5. Surely that's not why we're going back to more of a classic art style in Halo Infinite. Nah, that's more likely due to the fact that a lot of people hated Halo 5 and criticized the hell out of it. Just keep that in mind, that person that's critiquing Halo Infinite right now and may not like everything about it, they may have helped shape Halo Infinite into the game that it is. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.